Welcome, Taurus, to in-depth weekly astrology overview and zodiac forecast for week commencing the 11th of May for the ascendant, the sun, or the moon. Going to share the big themes of the week ahead first, then on screen, your event chart on Monday. Always influential. I'll then go through each of the influences, and by the end of the video, give you a clear picture of what you can expect in terms of energy, work, relationships, and finances. I'm astrologer Patrick Arundel. A very warm welcome. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, please do so now to help it to continue to thrive. But please also click or tap the bell notification symbol. As we come into this week, the sun in your sign is forging a perfect alliance to Jupiter, the planet of bountifulness and the planet of fortune. I'm going to unpack that for you. It's really exciting. But also, Mercury in your sign is going to be an important player this week, too. Itself linking fantastically well to Jupiter. But at the heart of the week, we have a Mercury Cazimi. What's that about and how will it impact on you? By Saturday, you have your annual new moon, but it's very close to Mercury still. The moon here is in her exaltation, one of her favorite places to be. What's the prospects for the following months? The weekends with Mercury darting out of your zodiac sign and into Gemini, but linking up with the newly arrived Uranus. I'm going to share what that's about for you too. So on the screen now, Taurus, is your event chart. Now, apart from that lovely link between the sun in your sign and Jupiter on Monday, the moon, as we came to the end of last week, was in a square with Uranus. If you did find yourself worrying a little bit about money, your longer term planning around it, or you and a friend weren't quite seeing eye to eye because your values were not aligning, it wouldn't be a surprise. But I think as Monday goes on, the energy of the Sun to Jupiter will help to bring much more of a feel good factor into play. Now, the Sun in your sign is your chance to really be invested in your individual talents and flair. And Jupiter for you is in the part of your chart to do with conveying those ideas. But because it's in the water sign of Cancer, your sensitivity as well as your practicality can be what makes such an impact this week. But by the heart of the week, Mercury is moving forwards, comes into an exact conjunction with the Sun, and we have that Mercury Cazimi. Now that's where the power of the Sun, its raw power, applies to the other planet and magnifies its qualities. So Mercury in your sign can be very businesslike, but also doesn't miss a trick when it comes to the details. But it too is linking to Jupiter. So if you have got an idea that you're really excited about, keep going and keep going with total confidence because the new moon on Saturday is going to give you a big uplift. And over the following months, if you do want to manifest something that's important to you, a fresh idea, a new image, or perhaps invest extra dynamism in an ongoing plan, it's all looking very well set. But by the end of the week, as Mercury moves out of your sign and into your sector of everyday resources, the idea that you may have generated this week, you can now think about how you can bring it to life and create some income from it, but can also have a brilliant brainwave to help it along the way. Now, I'm going to summarize those four areas of energy, work, relationships, and finances next. Now, if you've yet to watch your Uranus Cazimi 78-year, 1 year forecast, that's the first time in Gemini there's been a Uranus Cazimi, that video, please see that on the screen. If you've yet to watch your monthly forecast for May, that's on the screen as well. You can now buy your personal horoscopes and get three for the price of one. So that's 3 for 1. The one you paid for is your life roadmap report, which helps us to understand the patterns that have played out in our lives so far, get a more intimate understanding of them, and work with those energies future forwards in a more effective way. But free, you get your 12 months transits based on your unique birth data and also your draconic soul analysis, which has a different way of looking at astrology through the eyes of the North Node. So very much about fate. So at 3 for the price of 1. I've been doing this full time for 30 years, been interested in astrology since I was 14, and I want to share the power of natal astrology with more people. So please see below for that. Now, if you've yet to sign up for your free daily horoscope fired to your device each morning, please do so now and get your early day cosmic pit stop. And if you'd like to work with me one-to-one, please see my testimonial below. But to summarize around those 4 areas. So for you, Taurus, having Pluto still right at the top of your chart suggests that what's shifting as far as your connection to the world is very, very important. But I think this is a week when you need to be in touch with what makes you unique, because Pluto's in the part of your situation which may be linked to other people's expectations. And if you are someone who's more entrepreneurial, creative, artistic, and just wants to be yourself and show people what you can do, what a fantastic week it is for you. One of the best of the year. So have total faith and confidence, whether it is professionally or not. But if you work in a bit of a stodgy environment where fresh ideas are not always welcomed, I think that could be something you need to think about. Now, when it comes to finances, your rule of Venus does continue her journey in your second house, which in itself can be very fortunate. But as she comes to the end of this week, she is coming into a lovely angle to Mars. And something in the back of your situation, an old idea that's repurposed, or perhaps using resources in a different way, can be very good for your income. And particularly once Mercury moves towards the end of the week with that brilliant idea. Romance? Well, it's an intriguing one with Saturn in that 12th house along with Mars. Maybe there is someone that you've been admiring from a distance and trying to work out exactly how to move forwards with this. But all this week's feel-good energy can give you a lot more self-assurance. And I think as Mercury, the communicator, links to Uranus, you may do something quite suddenly towards the end of this week, which can take that forwards. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great week and look forward to seeing you again soon.